exiting the marina along the shoreline of Slidell, Louisiana, on our way out to fish Lake Pontchartrain with chefs Adolfo Garcia of Rio Mar Restaurant and Richard Hughes of the Pelican Club. Our captain is Slidell resident Kenny Kreeger.
And this is what you do full time?
Yeah, I'm retired deputy sheriff.
Okay.
St. Tammany
St.
Parish.
Tammany? Okay.
Did 20 years.
So you got the easy 20 years before there was any crime, right?
Well, I had a few teeth knocked out. Been shot at twice.
Oh, but you can do that being married, man.
Yeah. Well, we in Lake Pontchartrain. We close to the South Shore. We under the new twin span. We fishing Carolina rig with live shrimp on the bottom. What you want to do is fish around the structure. Throw your shrimp to the bridges, to the bridge pilings. Just working slow, but you got to keep a tight line. And catching a variety of fish. Catching, sheephead, some drums, some flounder, some redfish, whatever comes through. Just like a redfish, 16 inches.
He got it.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Close enough. That eats just as good as redfish, maybe a little bit better.
No, they're better than redfish.
Better than redfish. What you want out here for fishing Lake Pontchartrain, you want anything south, southeast, east, northeast. West wind, which we have today, is basically one of the worst winds to fish the lake, as long as it's not really too rough. The west wind dirties this lake up a lot. And if you're looking for speckled trout, you want clean water, so just got to try to pick your days, and there's fish out here.
There are fish out here, but sadly, most of the ones we catch early on have whiskers.
Buy one of these little flippers. They're very handy to get the catfish off. That way you don't get stuck.
When the flipper fails, there's always the original handy way.
Right.
Now, if he was about 4 or 5 pounds, that'd be a good eating fish.
Right, because it looks like the fresh one.
Well, the real name's a gaff top. Some people call it a sail cat. We're gonna run over to Lake Barn. We're looking for cleaner water. This water's a little stirred up here. We're looking for speckled trout, and you're gonna find them in green water. It's about a 20-25 minute ride from here. We'll be fishing them little gas rigs out in the middle of Lake Barn, and we've been finding some trout over there, so I think that's the game plan right now.
Going across the lake at high speed, you can hear the wind whistling, or screaming if you're that cynical, which is something we'll all be soon if we don't start catching some fish.
This is the CSX Railroad Bridge. Some people call it the L&N Bridge. That's what it's known by, but it's really the CSX Bridge. Trains run across this bridge. When the tide's not running real hard through here, we usually do pretty good with some real nice trout. There ought to be some fish here. I got a feeling this is going to be a good spot. Right here we're fishing in about 23 feet of water. We're in the Wrigley's channel. Behind us is the Lake Barn, and they got a bunch of little gas rigs back there. If we don't find any fish here, we start bouncing around on them gas rigs. Each one of them gas rigs has a shell mat that was put down before they built them gas rigs, and that's why them rigs hold fish. They like to be around them shells, rooting through there, getting little crabs and little minnows. So just gotta find them.
We found some fish, or as it turns out, they found us. Catfish, the stray mutts of the SeaWorld, keep showing up for a free meal.
Richard caught it. I just did the assist on it. Yeah.
Try one more.
You know things are slow when I'm reduced to shooting flying insects, however pretty they may seem. But sadly, this dragonfly, enamored with my camera bag, is the most interesting thing to land on our boat in the last hour.
Got a fish that time.
Doing the catfish dance. Up.
Nice sheephead. A little sheephead.
Oh, baby.
Nice little sheephead. Drum earlier and now a sheephead. Good eating fish. Well, nothing going on here, so now we're gonna start hitting these rigs, call it rig hopping in Lake Barn. This big rig, we're gonna try that one first. And then you got these little gas wells, we call them gas heads. We'll start bouncing around on them, and hopefully we'll find some fish over there.
Our patience finally pays off. The trout ballet has begun.
I saw that rod tip shaking. I knew it was a trout.
Up next on Bait to the Plate.
Hi, I'm Richard Hughes from the Pelican Club, and today we're going to be making a crawfish etouffee sauce with sauteed speckled trout, a stuffed mirliton, and a jalapeno hollandaise sauce.
That's next on Bait to the Plate. You're watching Bait to the Plate.
Today we're making our crawfish etouffee sauce. First we want to start with a little butter, or maybe a little bit more than a little butter. We're going to add our red peppers, green peppers, celery, onion. Let's go ahead and put all that in there. You want to saute this till it wilts, gets soft. I'd say about 15 minutes. To this I'm going to add a little bit of garlic. We cook this over high heat, a little salt, black pepper. The vegetables look like they're getting cooked down nicely. We're going to add just a little bit of flour to make just a very light brown roux. Now all day we've been preparing a seafood stock. This is made with live crawfish and crab. Go ahead and add maybe a half gallon to this. This is a base for the crawfish etouffee sauce. And one of the secrets of making a good etouffee sauce is to have a really nice stock. Some people add a little tomato paste, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little juice. The end result is a little bit lighter. The tomato paste can be a little heavy at times. I'm going to add about half a cup of brandy, crystal hot sauce. The main thing about a hot sauce is that you kind of balance the sweet and the sour together. And of course, different peppers have different kinds of heat. Go ahead and add our green onions, parsley. We'll let this cook about 15 or 20 minutes. You know, I know it sounds really cliche, but this is all the Cajun French cooking has been in my family ever since I can remember. And my mother, my grandmother, my aunt were and are really fantastic cooks. I mean, just amazing. And it's something they've always done so naturally, and something that, you know, was really close to them, and I think they've kind of passed that love of food on to me. And we'll just turn down the heat and let this simmer. They're already cooked, so you just really have to heat them through. Right here we have some very nice speckled trout fillets. You can put a little clarified butter in the pan. We're just dusting in a little seasoned flour, just a little salt and pepper. We have our stuffed mirliton, and this is what we'll be serving with the sauteed speckled trout. These look ready. They're very delicate, so you need to be careful with them. We're going to go ahead and top this with a little bit of our crawfish etouffee sauce. And just to add a little bit of color and richness, we've made our jalapeno hollandaise. And there it is, sauteed speckled trout, shrimp and sausage stuffed mirliton, crawfish etouffee, and our jalapeno hollandaise sauce.
Pelican Club's sauteed speckled trout with crawfish etouffee recipe can be found by visiting our website at baittotheplate.com. Coming up on Bait to the Plate,
Little bigger channel mullet.
back on the boat, a variety of fish make some noise. That's next on Bait to the Plate.
Chef Brian Capt from Redfish Grill in the French Quarter again. Little tip on cooking fish. I always say use a hot pan, use room temperature or cold oil, put in right before the fish and you won't have a problem. Also, don't shake the pan or move it once the fish is in. Let the skin caramelize or brown and it'll lift it right off of the pan and you'll be able to flip it with no problem.
Bait to the Plate will be right back.